Hey, this is Adrian. Today is day 12 of 360 Days Loving Life as Adrian, and I decided to take a different approach from my usual video. From now moving onwards, instead of just shooting with you and sharing thoughts, I want to be more constructive in the way I share my video. So today I want to talk to you about what I have been thinking for the past few days, which is related to taking ownership. All right, so ownership, basically what it means is about us taking responsibility of what is happening around us, be it a decision that we made, or a decision that happened to us, and basically being part of the whole process of owning up to either the decision making as well as the consequences of it. So why I think this is an important topic, because a lot of time when we speak about taking decision, taking responsibility of the decision, there's two side of thoughts. People tend to reflect on whether is this within our control or not within our control, and accordingly they tend to respond differently. And I thought taking ownership is actually a very, very critical part of our own development journey. Why? Because it's taking ownership. Basically, it also means the sense of belongingness, sense of ownership towards what is happening, and it is not just about something that happened to us, but also being part of the whole process. So it's very important to have that sense of belongingness, because that is the first step, according to Nathaniel Braden. Having that ownership and sense of belongingness is the first step of establishing a healthy relationship with ourselves. All right, spiritually speaking, if we're not at ease with who we are, with our own values, we are not going to be able to project that right energy or the right message to the outer world. So by taking ownership, by building up the sense of belongingness, having connection to what is happening around us, rather than pushing it away and say, oh, it was not my decision, oh, I didn't have anything to do with it, it's going to reverse that projection and give us that sense of belongingness. And once we have that sense of belongingness and being at ease with our own participation of the whole process, that's when we undergo certain paradigm shift, right? So in this case, rather that I look at this paradigm shift in two dimensions. Is really about how do we grow out of a situation that's happening to us versus how do we get ourselves stuck in the situation, right? When we take ownership, what happened is we also have the humility to tell ourselves we are responsible. Right? We're no longer just saying that, oh, it's the other person and I have nothing to do with it, I am only a victim. So ultimately, it is actually our ego who is stopping us from connecting to the situation, accepting the reality, and taking positive action. So by taking ownership, it really means a lot in terms of having the humility, and that is actually a very important criteria of the right leadership skill, right? So keep in mind, having the humility to own up to the situation, it's a way for us to counter our own ego and say we are the victim rather than we are actually in control and contribute to the situation. So I want to make sure we grow from a situation rather than being stuck in a situation. Therefore, I encourage for us to reflect on how can we take responsibility, have a little humility, and realize that actually in the end we are in control of what is happening and what can happen next, right? So with that, we are no longer being reactive, we're no longer being the victim mode. We focus on how do we respond to the situation, and last but not least, we are being in an active mode rather than a passive mode of responding or growing out of our situation. So with this sense of belongingness and ownership can really shift our mindset and help us to get out of our paradigm where we are stuck versus we can actually grow from it. So I hope this is helpful to you. Now, in the coming days, I'll talk a little bit more about how do we grow out of our situation rather than being stuck in there, and by simple techniques on that we can reflect on, that we can take action on. Hope you like this video, and give me a thumbs up if you do, and share your comment below. If there's any topic that you'd like me to share with you, feel free to reach out and give me your comment, and I would love to hear your feedback. All right, bye for now.